coming along. The line complete. Red light flashing. All set. Racing and Fairview, the first of them to jump. Out pretty quickly, Stable Secret likewise looking for the lead. Turbo Power got out in a hurry and so did Little Fish. And they're going to settle in front from Spirit and Fire and right off the course, Tracciato in the early stages. Fancy Fox spilling over back there and deep out with Mosh Hard on the rail. And back towards the tail end of the field is Sammy the Boss. They leave the back at the 800 onto the side. Stable Secret taken on by on the outside. Spirit and Fire looking to go clear. Spirit and Fire a half to 3/4. Stable Secret, who's going to leave it hanging there for a while. Over on the outside, Little Fish running third. No luck for Tracciato, parked out in the cheap seats. A length and a half to the well-back Turbo Power. Fairview trying to push up on its inside into the corner. Spillanova's trailing 4 deep around it. Now on the outside goes Sammy the Boss. Into the straight, Little Fish is the leader. A length and a half, Spirit and Fire. Tracciato sticks on well. I don't like Fairview. Here comes Sammy the Boss winding up right down the middle though with its run at the 150, and Sammy the Boss ranges up, goes to Little Fish. Little Fish fights back. Sammy the Boss and Little Fish will go to it locked together. Little Fish fights back. It's Little Fish. Little Fish on the inside just wins it. From Sammy the Boss, Spillanova, wide out Fancy Fox at big odds running on from the heavily backed Turbo Power. And they were followed by Spirit and Fire, who weakened late. Behind them, Tracciato, knocked up after a torrid run. Stable Secret, Moshard never got warm. And Fairview stopped abruptly in the run home and is back there amongst the last of the men. Little Fish, sweet win. Lucy Warwick first up, Little Fish. Number 2, Little Fish, has won from Sammy the Boss. It's Kalgoorlie and Desperance 1 and 2 here in the 5th of the day, with Spillanova looking as though it may have grabbed third as we stand by for all placings after the running of race 5. Good win, game, tenacious victory. Willed across the post by Lucy Warwick, the patronised 5-year-old. And that's now 7 out of 12. A horse bound for the Hannans handicap. Sammy the Boss, placed of course in the Goldfields Magic Millions, has run a terrific race with the light weight from back in the field, circling them and getting out to the middle of the course, and goes down narrowly with Spillanova first up as well. Sat off the course and weighs into third placing in front of Tracciato, which is held fourth, and that was a game effort after being caught probably 4 deep for most of the way. No Turbo Power. There was nothing there despite the onslaught in the ring. 750 into 340. Fancy Fox running on with the blinkers today. Little Fish, raced by Andrew Ingles and Peter Fernie, by Patronise out of Red Fish, Blue Fish, trained at Kambana Lodge for Peter Fernie. Lucy Warwick in the saddle. Sammy the Boss, the Esperance trained galloper, with Helen Harding, Brodie Kirby the rider. For Helen Harding, M. Capelli, S. Smedgy and C. Sharp by Street Boss from Our Game Plan, and Spillanova by Denman from Brownelly. For Tina, Lois Taylor, Johnny, Jenny Mars, also Nathan, DJ Mars, Ms. T.A. Mars and R. Devonshire, Mrs. N.L. Devonshire, D. Richards, Mrs. C. Richards, G. Anderson and Mrs. E. Anderson. Emma Stent, the rider for Jim Taylor. Now the margins are a half ahead by 1 length. The time is 1:12.08 and the closing 600 is 34.83. Race 6, the John Martino 90th birthday handicap over 2,000 the next today. Number 3 At the Ready out with 15 Zara Tight. They go at 3 after 3. In the meantime, let's go back downstairs and catch up with Brittany, and it may well be that it's the Hannans that is starting to loom large for Little Fish.
Yes, it may well be. We'll speak to Peter Fernie now, and this performance of Little Fish, we saw last preparation first up. He did all the work 3 deep today, got a nice run on the speed, but gee, it was tough in the finish.
Yeah, he had a big weight for a little horse, and he just improves every time we give him a break and bring him back. On his work, you wouldn't think he could do anything, and now he just comes out and races like that. He's a pretty special little boy to all us. He's a really nice little horse.
He really is, from a very good family, a good producing family. Is the Hannans on the card?
Well, just he'll let us know, you know. I don't know if 1400's his best distance, but I'm sure Andrew will want to have a go at it with him, so we'll see how he goes.
What do you think is his best trip, the 12?
12 or a 13. At 14 might just find him out that little bit, but in saying that, the poor little horse has never drawn a good barrier in his life, so if he drew a good gate, he'd be really hard to beat in whatever he started in.
Tomorrow, big team assembled at Kalgoorlie. Who's your best?
Double the Pro.
All right, let's see if you can keep this winning form going. Well done.
Thanks, Brett.
All right, best of luck to the Fernie camp for a big day tomorrow at Kalgoorlie. And Lucy Warwick comes in, and Little Fish, not a big horse, but has a lot of heart.
Yeah, look, I really was just a passenger today. He towed me to the front where he was, and he had that horse kind of pester him a little bit, and I just didn't want to let it cross. See, there was a horse to its outside, and to his credit, I just gave him a little squeeze, and probably should have waited because he hit the front very soon. But you know, if he has a horse to run down, I think you'll see probably 3 or 4 more lengths out of him. So that was nice to see.
It's really exciting then if you think that with it something to chase, that there is even more improvement to come.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he towed me to the gates, he towed me back. I was really just a passenger.
First up today, it was been at 98 days since we've seen the horse. How did he pull up in terms of a blow? He's not overly big, so probably not a big gross horse.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty sure it's the first time I've ridden him, and he wouldn't have blown a candle out.
Well, it's good signs going forward. Well done, Lucy.
Thanks, Brett.
Lucy Warwick combined with Peter Fernie to take out the 5th race with Little Fish. A nice performance by this horse, clearly one that has a few more wins in store for him this campaign.